Good damn morning, Americans. Jericho Green here with you once again. Now, the Economist financial newspaper has said that the stock market has lost over $1 trillion so far this year. You heard that right, $1 trillion. Facebook has fallen out of the top 10 tech stocks, and all the markets have the jitters. Like you, people are worried, really worried, except those who have gold and silver as their backup plan. They know that with precious metals in their IRA, they'll be fine. Noble Gold has thousands of clients who have safely invested with them. Most heard an ad just like this and called the experts. Not a call center, but specialists who will give you your options. And for the month of March, with any qualified IRA above $20,000, you'll get a 3-ounce silver American Virtue coin or a 5-ounce America the Beautiful silver coin for anything over $50,000. You know what to do. Call 877-646-5347 now and find out, or visit our website, noblegoldinvestments.com. That's noblegoldinvestments.com. Now, you can also catch me, Spotify, Rumble. I'm now on Recoil TV under Green Peace. Make sure you hit that link tree, clickety-clack. I'll be there waiting for you patiently. And of course, 20% off all merch, including the new designs, promo code 1984. And I don't mean the good 1984. So in this storm, in this torrential downpour of social and political feces, it's nice to find a bright spot. It's nice to find a break in the clouds, and I found one. So a bunch of people sent me this. I saw this story. Shout out to Mr. Rutledge and all the others who sent me this story. But former UFC heavyweight champ Cain Velasquez is in the news, and it's not for fighting. He's actually from Salinas, a town that I moved from, and this incident took place in a town called San Martin or San Martin, and I used to work there. I got a good friend of mine, shout out to BTB, that actually grew up there. Nice small town vibes. I think they got a high school there. Population's probably not 10,000 or something like that, but a great little town. It's just outside of San Jose, and it gets hot in the summertime. But here's some good news. Cain Velasquez is accused of chasing after and shooting at some people. He's being charged with attempted murder because he fired into a vehicle. Now, the part of this story I don't agree with and don't think is right is him chasing after them in his vehicle and ramming their vehicle and shooting. He allegedly shot 3 rounds. He had a 40 caliber handgun, legally owned, by the way, and he shot 3 rounds into the vehicle. Now, this isn't a Hollywood movie. All the bullets are going to hit their mark. He could have shot another car. He could have shot somebody who was walking on the side of the road. He could have shot a round into somebody's house. I get all that. That part of it was not good. That was not safe. But let's get into the why. So the reason he did this is because allegedly there's a man who was at a daycare that one of his 4-year-old relatives attended. Now, the guy was out on bail for felony child molestation. Now, personally, I think if you get in trouble for some shit like that, you shouldn't be let out. Obviously, you're a danger to society because you can't keep your hands off of little kids. So I don't think you should be let out. There should be no bail for that. They'll let you out. They'll let you out. No bail for robbing people, walking out of Walgreens with an armful of shit, stealing somebody's car, and a list of other crimes you could take part in, and they just come in, take your pictures, your fingerprints, and send you on your way. They might even give you a nice little light tap in the tank on the way out the door. But for this, you can be accused of felony child molestation and be out in no time. So the definition of felony child molestation that I found is if you were to break into somebody's residence or go into their residence without permission and molest a child when you're in there. So what happened was there's this daycare, and the brother of the daycare owner, so it's a couple, the woman and her husband, and the woman I guess the woman runs the daycare, but the dude, his name's Chris something. I'll put a link in the description box to an article. But I don't know if the guy worked there or what, but like I said, for felony child molestation, you got to be there without permission. So maybe he knew his sister or whoever, or was it his mom or some shit? I think it was his mom and his stepdad. That's what it was. But this dude's like 43 years old, so he's a piece of shit. So he comes to the daycare and molests Cain Velasquez's niece or whatever that was, his 4-year-old relative. Well, the dude gets out on bail. Cain Velasquez gets wind of it. He drives his SUV over to the daycare, finds the dude, his mom, and his stepdad there. The pervert contingency, they all hop in the truck and take off. Cain Velasquez goes after him, rams their vehicle, shoots rounds into the vehicle, ends up striking the stepdad. I think he hit him in the arm. I read 2 different articles. One said he got hit in the arm. One said he got hit in the arm and the torso. Either way, he was treated and released without life-threatening injuries. But I am so glad to hear that a pervert was on the run for his life, scared for his life, probably most like the victim that he did that to. They were probably scared for their life too. Good for Cain Velasquez. I wish he would have caught him. I wish he would have done it without a weapon, without a firearm. And I wish he would have caught him. And when he caught him, I wish he would have reverted back to his UFC skills and done what you called a ground and pound. That's when you take somebody down. Usually it's a double leg takedown. You get them to the ground and you sit on top of them and you punch them in their face until the guy with the black latex gloves pulls you off of them. Well, good thing there was no referee out in the world and he could have beat that man to death, because that's what you deserve when you molest a 4-year-old child. What the fuck? What is wrong with people? More so, what's wrong with our justice system to think that they deserve to be out of prison? What is wrong with our justice system to make them think that these people can be rehabilitated? If you do that to a child, you are broken. You are defective. There was a time when a horse could step in a gopher hole and break his leg and they put a 12 gauge to his head. So why do we allow a human being to molest another human being and they get to go to jail? Fuck jail. Fuck prison. That's not tough enough. You know what happens when people go to prison? They learn how to become a better criminal. They learn how to get away with their crimes and they get in shape. So this guy deserves to go learn how to be a better pervert and get in shape. He gets to go do P90X in prison. While that little girl and her family, or little boy, whoever it was, just said 4-year-old. What about that 4-year-old's family? What they're dealing with while this fool is in prison getting 3 hots in a cot, getting to go to school and get a fucking degree. I remember having a family member. He wrote us a letter from prison bragging about all these degrees that he got from DeVry and shit. You're in prison. Why do you get to go to school? For free. That makes no sense to me. Why do you get to go into prison and go to school and get an education while your victims are out here all fucked up trying to put their life back together? I wish Cain Velasquez would have caught him. I wish they would have had a spin out. He gets out of his vehicle, they get out of theirs, and it ends the way it's supposed to. Not this scumbag piece of shit, rotten demon getting to go to prison and then being released at some point so he can get back to his life. And his mom and his stepdad, if they knew that this was going on and they let that motherfucker come there, they deserve it too. They need to be rotting in prison too. And I'm not talking about our weak ass American prisons. Outsource our punishment. Our weak American stomachs, our weak westernized stomachs can't handle the punishment that these people deserve. So find a country that can, swap them out. You take 1,000 of our pieces of shit that need to be punished. We'll take 10 of your best and brightest and assimilate them into the greatest country in the world. Everybody wins, except for the poor victims and their families. There's nothing that can correct that. But this is a good start. What company does John Deere make wood chippers? Why don't they get together with John Deere, whoever makes wood chippers, and we can do that. We get sponsored by John Deere wood chippers, and we gag and bound these motherfuckers and drop them in the wood chipper feet first. I don't see a problem with that. That's what they deserve. Good for Cain Velasquez. It's too bad that he had to use a gun. I wish he didn't do things so unsafely. I wish he would have caught them and handled them UFC style. That would have been perfect. And again, if the mom and stepdad had anything to do with this shit, you deserve it too. Because you opened the door to the hen house and let the wolf in there. So you're almost worse than the piece of shit who carried it out. Man, let me get the hell up out of here and try to get my blood pressure down. But you know how it goes. I try to be done with the left, but they just won't let me. Please subscribe. Hit that notification bell, because every time it rings, a piece of shit lefty cries. Utilize the Linktree link. Get your ass over to JerichoGreen.net. I am Jericho Green. Man, I'm out.